What's your problem with that though?
That's what I think about when I think of.
Cut it.
Why did you feel the need to say that?
You don't know what this person is going through.
But he has to know.
Okay,
The outdoor Mexican then.
Okay.
That's such a funny story that you remind me of. Now we bought it.
But that's the thing, like, it is up to us to like unlearn the behavior, but you have some people that still want to be like stuck in that mindset, and then they also try to they also try to make sure that everyone is still in that mindset. Yeah. So like I said, I'm friends with this guy on like Facebook, and I have him on Instagram and blah 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 blah, and like he's like one of these very masculine type of guys, big buff and whatever, always in the gym, and then he posts some of the stupidest shit ever that has you sitting down there thinking like, wow, and you have a university education.
He hates himself.
Like, is you okay?
I don't know if it's getting a little bit off topic, but like that's another thing back home as well. Like, if you are a man and you actually hate gays, like, do you think that's them like on the down low?
Well, I would never think that this man will never let himself be perceived in that way. I don't know, like it. Like, I just feel like he needs to. But
like, why is he so insecure that he is scared of being perceived in
that way? I don't know what the man's saying.
Not to say anything towards that. That could be like, trauma from being a child or something. Like maybe they was molested.
Maybe I don't know, but then like,
this is. They won't fight anything against that trauma.
Maybe, but then like I said,
could be a possibility. Not saying that is the
case. It could be a possibility, but then like I said, like, you still have these people out here that are like our age that still have this mindset. Yeah, a lot of us are a lot more like open-minded than what our parents were and what our grandparents were, and we're trying, and like if we have our children, we know that we're gonna try our best to make sure that treat everyone the same, treat everyone with kindness, like, treat your neighbor as yourself, like. Best believe.
I just throw something in right quick just to play on the other side. Even though I came to Canada, though, I can still say I've met some people who are Canadian who seem to like have that same kind of energy against homosexuality as from the Caribbean too. Like, just a quick tale of like when I was at work.
Story time.
I think it was like when the Pride Parade was coming up, and one of my coworkers was like, he's kind of like the jokester around work, so he always like, I guess, annoying everyone else. So there's one guy who hates him, so he just always talks to them just on purpose to rile him up. Yeah. So he's like, hey, so you go into like, because he know how the person is. He's like, so you go into the Pride Parade? And he was like, stop asking me that question. He's like, come on, what you mean? The store can pay for you could be on the floor with our, because we have one of our co-workers who homosexuals, but who is going to be in the parade. So you could be with him, you could just be on the top. He's like,
be on the top?
And I swear to you, his response was like, the gentleman was like, the only way going to the Pride Parade is with my gun. And I was like,
why would you say that?
I was like, what?
Why would you?
What? Why? I was petty.
Like, why would
my friend getting hired the next day? Job opening.
I just said, I was like, bro, that's crazy.
That's crazy. I've never experienced. I'm not gay, so I've never seen Canadians be like that towards gay people.
Yeah,
I have not experienced that here at all, because all I'm here, like literally everywhere you go, you see on the road painted rainbow colors, and on the buses rainbow colors. So I thinking shit sweet here. As people, the reason why we hate gay people, I said that wrong. The reason for straight people the reason for straight people hating gay people is the same reason why white people hate black people, for absolutely no goddamn reason at all.
We could
literally, there's nothing that they have done. There's nothing that they have done to the other like sex that warrants this behavior. Like, it's literally just something that, this isn't supposed to be like this, so let's just make like
it's basically like
demonizing something.
Yeah, it's basically like a fear of the unknown in a way.
I just don't get. I remember one of the last times I was back home, literally I was just standing up chilling with one of my friends, and there was just these two people next to me that I didn't really know, and I overheard them talking, and literally the partner was like, why you see that anti-man pound over there, but I will want to catch you when you go down the alley, I'm like, to do what? For why? What? Like, what is this about, Ross? Like, what do you personally in life.
You have never talked to the gentleman. You have never met the gentleman. His existence bothers you. Like that says so much about you as a person.
Exactly.
So that's why I asked if
yourself,
that's like a down low
no.
thing. Like, why do you hate somebody who's literally living their life, not doing anything
jealous
to
he
you?
can't
That
do it
means-
himself.
Yes.
Can't
But-
live his best life. My nigga, go live your best life. Be you. Accept
But what I have
yourself.
noticed- But what I have noticed though is like, so when I left Antigua, this is my 8th year in Canada, right? So I left Antigua and I went to Vancouver and then come back to Antigua like a few years, right? And when I came back, I was like, whoa, why everybody, you know, why the energy just feel different, you know, everything was different. I was like, oh wait, it kind of makes sense now because now, and the reason why I feel like this generation is the one that's initiating the change, right? It's because so many people are going away from university and getting exposed, like so many more people, and then coming back and so on and so forth, right? And also because now we have a lot more creative freedom in the Caribbean from social media. You know, we have so many event creators, all kind of stuff. We have like on Instagram, so many different creators, right? And a lot of queer people tend to be creative because it's, you know, outlet. You have stress, trauma, whatever. People do arts, whatever, as outlet, right? And so now that they have a platform, they can't do that in real life necessarily, but they just do it through social media. So people are getting more exposed through social media, even if they don't necessarily see them in the flesh.
I feel
So
like
if I could go back to my like original thought, do y'all really like, am I really wrong for what I said earlier? Like, do y'all think like being bi-curious or whatever is not like a trend? Do you not see like it's
Like,
more?
I don't think of it like as a trend. I just like as
So you think that everybody was literally?
I don't
just
think everyone
bi-curious,
who's
it was
saying
just-
that they're like, okay, like with like saying that you're bi-curious is legit saying that you're curious about it. Like that is it. That's not saying that you're bisexual. Saying that you're bi-curious is that you're curious about like, okay, what an experience with a female will be like and
You're
everything.
confident enough in yourself to know that, hey,
Exactly.
maybe I could try this.
Exactly.
But you don't-
But you don't know if you're like bisexual. So like, okay, it's like Stacey like, okay, I'm curious about this and everything. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've been curious about it myself, but I know that I'm not attracted to a female like that. Like I can appreciate the female body very well.
Maybe not bi-curious though. Like maybe
But I'm not gonna say like, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. So like, okay, maybe I might have been bi-curious, but I know I'm not bisexual.
maybe okay, not bi-curious and bisexual.
Okay, that's a whole different thing. Like, okay, if you want to experiment, see, like, okay, but you also
think it's experimenting. Okay, the same thing is not. I don't think being bisexual is experimenting with anything. You literally just like both sexes.
That's it.
Simple.
But then like you also have people in the LGBT community that's also stigmatizing against bisexuals.
Exactly.
So like
Because they can't make a choice or whatever, so they
Yeah,
thinking
it's
that
just attracted.
that's how like some people in the community themselves are believing because that's what they're seeing and that's how they think. So like if the people in the community themselves are thinking that, like it gets thrown outward as well.
Okay, but do you not see that being, and maybe I'm just saying this all wrong, do you not seeing that being gay is like more, like the numbers are growing? Like I think the
Because they didn't have
rate
the
of you
opportunity
being
to,
gay
like,
back then was
come
like
out
what?
before.
Maybe like what 4% or
the
something,
rate-
and
no, the rate
now
is
it's like
the same.
15%.
No, the rate is the same. The people are just not afraid.
Yeah, they're more
yeah,
open with
okay,
it.
yeah.
But you made it
But I
seem
won't
you
say
said
it's a trend.
A trend mean it's gonna come in. Okay, it's gonna come in and it's gonna go out. And
No, okay.
It's just they're more comfortable.
Maybe trend is the
now.
wrong word. I'm saying like now people see that because it's so visible, people are being like, oh, let me try and see what this is about, and then they realize
No, you're still talking about people dibbling and dabbling in. No, if people are feeling more comfortable now to come out and say, hey, like I really do like men, or hey, I really do like women, then we should just be happy for that. I don't think it's them just trying it to just, you're not just gonna dabble in some. No, like if they like that, they like that, and people feel, if they feel more comfortable now because of what's happening, that is the point of all of this, like helping people feel more comfortable in themselves. No,
yeah, that makes sense.
it's not like
I just don't want to. When I saying it like this, I just trying to make sure that people who are actually about what they're about, like it's not a game. Like this ain't people who are gay are actually gay, whereas people people who are gay are actually gay, whereas some people are
literally
just like,
trying on
oh,
her.
let me go in.
I think okay. Think about it in the sense of like I know exactly what it means. Like some women who would say, "Oh, I'm bisexual," to try and get like men, or a lot of stuff like that does happen. Correct, right? But compared to the numbers of people who are gay, you can't just compare.
But then
that.
also, like, okay, I understand where you're coming from because you have women like those. They're hurting
But I
the
also feel like
community.
there's a
That's what I
difference
mean.
between
Yeah,
that,
you're hurting
though.
the community
mean.
Yeah,
there.
because it is that is I see
That's
what
what I'm saying. You're not.
performative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
performative. You're not doing
So
it
it's
because
taken
you want
away
it.
people. It's taken away from people who are actually gay.
What,
That-
Yeah.
but what are they taking away though?
I'm just saying they're just making it seem like it's like the cute
It's the
thing to
vibe.
do.
Like what you
Like it's
saying
the
there.
cute thing to
Because
do.
of, like, how
Whereas this is
it's
actually some
empowering
people.
right now.
That's like when white girls try to be black. Like this is I'm actually living in my skin every day. Like you doing this shit for shits and giggles. Like
No,
that's what I
the
mean.
older one, the old one. Rachel Dolezal.
Oh, there's a new one.
She changed her name to Inkechi.
No, she did not.
She changed it to
Moving
Inkechi.
on because
Moving on.
I have no idea what that's
different
about.
topic.
I could just
I know
ask a
what you
question,
mean.
no? Like for you, right? Like I just want to know. I don't know if you want to ask this on camera or not, but like, so when you decide, like, or when you decide, when you did realize, like, okay, what you identify as first?
Bisexual.
Alright, so when you came to that like understanding in yourself, how old you was, or like what, like I don't know if it's a moment or something when you realized, like, for sure.
I just always knew. I mean, I told my mommy when I was 9. So I told my mommy when I was 9. That didn't go well.
I was about to ask, is your mom like is she Scottish or is she?
No. My mom is from Antigua. So my family's from Antigua and Anguilla, right? So my mom is from Antigua and Anguilla. And my dad is the one who's Canadian, right? Because Canadian, Scottish, whatever. So, I mean, you don't know that now go over. So
Just to cut you off right quick.
Yeah.
I probably get in trouble for this. I ain't trying to change the topic, but I ain't gonna lie to you. If my child tell me at 9 they have a preference, I think I can ignore that until like much later. I can be honest with you.
I think
Personally, I just say I probably get
That's
it.
fine,
Personally,
that's
I can
whatever.
ignore
Pin
that.
that
Like,
for now.
I think I like boys. Like my son tell me I think I like boys. Like, I can wait till you like 12, 13. We can talk about that again.
yeah.
Pin that right now. I want to hear what Willem was saying now.
Think about that and then pin that and then come back, right?
I want to hear what you were saying. Put a pin in that. Go ahead.
But yeah, I remember when I was 9, right? And then I got outed when I was like 10 or something. That's why I left Antigua, actually. So it was like a whole drama and saying blah, blah, blah.
That's
right?
a lot.
That's crazy.
That's a lot.
So, because like literally I rolled up to school the next day and the teacher and principal knew and everything. So it was like a drama.
What?
But
let's fight them.
They sent out a press
Like,
release.
let's go fight them for you.
whatever. I'm fine. That's
What?
13 years
We
later, let's
move.
pull up. We got this.
That's why I pull up last
I'm in
year.
grade 5.
That's why I pull up last year. Last year I pull up on the school campus. I said I'm here. Y'all forget about me. But nah. I mean, I always knew like I feel like if you're saying if there was a moment when I knew for sure, I always knew I was different, but then there was like one moment I just knew, and I'll explain the details. Y'all need to know the details, right? Y'all need to know all that. But you know, it's like one moment I was like, oh fuck, that's what it is. You know?
I don't know what he said, but I just imagine.
Yeah.
The light bulb.
Yeah,
You just see the light bulb?
Exactly. So I mean, yeah. So I that's, but it's different for some people, right?
Yes.
For me, I have a very different experience than most gay people in the Caribbean because, as I say, I came out when I was 9, right? So people know since I was 9, 10, everybody don't know. It's not a secret. I don't care who know. And my family all know, everybody know. And well, now we've progressed to a point where it's fine, right? But a lot of my friends who are gay, they're very different. You know, they be 22, 23, whatever. They ain't even tell their sister, their brother, nobody, right? So it's a very different scenario.
Back to what Adriel was saying. How would you feel if your child was gay?
I mean, I don't care. I love my child. Like, be real. I ain't gonna always make a joke about this all the time. Like, if my son pull up and just like, Daddy, I think I gay. Are you sure? Sure.
You don't want to try some?
I could be the running guy in my house forever. But you can come up. Sure. Bring your boyfriend around. You serious?
How would you feel?
I really honestly don't care. Yeah, like no, I really don't care because we always Bahamians always having this conversation of would you rather have a whole daughter or a gay son? That question always going around. I'm like, why are you equating your daughter being gay? I mean, your son being gay as bad as your daughter being like a and ran through. But honestly, I really wouldn't care because first and foremost, that is my child. I gave birth to that child. Nothing is
Exactly,
like
but-
your preferences. That's honestly your life to live. That's not my. All I'm making sure is that you good, you healthy, you happy. That's all I have to do in this life.
And that's the only thing you can do as a
As
parent.
a
'cause
parent, you know?
at the end of the day, like your child needs to find comfort in you first before he or she goes to find it elsewhere. So you need to give them that security to make sure that they're secure enough in themselves, so that later down the line, shit ain't gonna happen to them.
Yeah, exactly. This world is not gonna be easy on them anyway. We know that. So it's like, why would I want to
Why make it harder?
If anything, that would be my hesitation with them being gay, because I seen how hard it is for them to be gay. So I wouldn't want that for my child. So I'd be like, are you sure? Like, you sure you want this
But
life?
You have to be careful the way you approach it.
Yeah,
I agree
of
with you
course.
100% because that was the same thing for my mommy too, right?
Go ahead, no.
Okay, that was the same thing for my mommy too, right? Where she was like, she had a lot of gay friends and so on, but she didn't want that for her child because she knew
That's
how
always
it was like.
the explanation.
She knew
Oh, this
how it
person
was.
could be gay, but once it ain't my child.
Exactly,
But yeah.
right? So, but I mean, at the end of the day, she still ended up doing the same shit that she didn't want people to do to me because she was afraid of people doing it to me or some right? So it's the way that you approach that. I mean, in my family, I have a lot of gay people. I have a lot of gay cousins, gay uncle, whatever. So there's exposure, right? And we well out here. I see them. I was like, oh, I know what this is. You know, I have a cousin that sent me an autograph CD whenever he released a song, and it's him in some leotard, and he signed it with lipstick. Can it get more than that? We got the spectrum. But you know, so I know for me, I'm bisexual, and I'm still like, oh, I really hope my child isn't gay, bro.
Really?
Yeah, but for different
shocking.
reasons.
That's the first time I've ever had in my life. You know?
Yeah, I've never heard that. Because it's like, I don't want to take away your choice to do whatever you want to do, but I just trying to make sure, like, that life is a hard life. Are you sure that you're ready for that? Are you sure that you want to stand in that? Are you sure you want to put up with that? I mean, I can't do nothing if you want to do it,
It's a
but
different scenario because, like, as I say, if I want to have kids and I'm already out, so not only do I have to worry about what's going on for my child on their end, I have to worry about what people going to say about my child from me, right? And then now if my child, what I'm worried about is, like, if my child was gay, then people going to say all kind of shit like,
Teach him
you
that,
convert, you
yeah.
teaching him, all kind of shit, right? And I just know that that's going to happen, and I know it's going to be a whole set of drama and things. So I'm like,
I think we had that conversation before as well. Like, can you teach your child to be gay or some like, you know, like letting your kid
If
like
you could teach
like
your
if you're
child
a
shit in the
kid,
word.
like if you as a kid, if you're like a little boy and you playing in makeup or whatever, and your parents encouraging that, they saying, oh, you
well,
teaching
I got
him
my
that.
ass beat and I still out here. So just
Talking
so.
about that, what about the whole thought where people think that if a kid watch gay cartoons, they're gonna be gay? But it's like, okay, look at all this straight
Representation,
Look at all the straight exposure they have. So how is one gay cartoon gonna make them gay? But all these straight cartoons, straight movies, straight TV shows, that ain't making them straight.
It's because
Like,
we
Must
don't
be the-
want to believe that people are actually born like that. People are actually, because people think of being gay as like a mental disorder or something gone
Yes,
wrong
it's
in your
true.
life to where you are gay. That's nobody ever is born. That's what I'm saying. What people
People
think.
think, yeah.
Nobody is ever born like going against the norm. So we have to come up with all these excuses of why you are the way you are. You were sexually assaulted as a child, or you have some type of chemical imbalance in your brain, or something like that.
My thing with the whole conversation too is I hate when people mention it like, why is there so many gay characters on TV now? It's like, you gotta imagine
Well-
this the axiom.
Where I want to know.
But even besides that, let's just say like for the amount that is, they complain about that. I just look at it like, bro, this is the same thing as when they start showing black people on TV. It was like, imagine
Thank
like,
you.
they got black people
Facts.
on TV now, so for
Thank
them it's like my children might think it's okay to hang out with black
Black
people.
people.
And they're not criminal. I'm
That's
like, bro,
exactly
this
the
is like, yo, that's why
same
you
thing.
can't look at them separately. This is the exact same thing. It has to start right now. So by the time as my grandchildren come around,
Yes.
they're so well integrated in society. It's like, let's actually worry about something important.
Important.
For
Yes.
real. For real.
Yes.
Well,
I
also,
do
right,
believe
to
that-
answer your question before, I'd much rather have engaged son than one daughter. And the reason for that is, on a quick
Next
side
topic.
note,
Why?
I just think like one day I might just be on Pornhub and I can see one video of my daughter.
No!
That's my exception. And that's why it's like, I rather my son, my homosexual son, have his one healthy relationship or whatever, his favorite relationship. I just happen to randomly see.
What if your homosexual son is the one on Pornhub?
What if?
That's more likely.
That's too
But
much. That's too
Would
much.
that be the case, right? What if it's just like him and this
Wait,
one?
wait,
I
wait.
assume in this whole thing is like this train. That's why he's like, I hear train getting
Why your gay son can't be a don't make me mad.
He's not,
He's not looking for that though.
he ain't gonna see it. He ain't gonna see it.
You never know. You could be scrolling on Twitter or something.
bro.
I don't know what you're looking
You know,
for.
shit is pop up on Twitter or to your.
I didn't even say that.
We don't know what you're looking for.
I'm not trying to call you out, bro.
Sorry.
But no, for real, Lord, I'd be so. I'd cry. My dick in my hand, I'd have to start shedding tears. My wife gotta come in the room and open before she can rob me for what just once. You will see this.
Our little girl. Anyway,
But yeah. I mean,
what was the other part of that question? If I could go back to that, like. I think we answered the question that being gay is a choice. It's
Yeah,
not a
yeah.
choice. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's not a
comparing here
choice.
to back home.
You trying so hard.
I ready to just walk off this episode because I feel like I said all the wrong things.
Tabby sorry. On a thin line right now. But
I think like we've basically answered it because the second part of the question is how have you noticed that how the difference between how it's perceived in the Caribbean and in
And St. Lucia
Canada?
just had Pride, the first Pride, no?
Really?
You
Oh.
didn't even know about that, Denise?
What do you mean?
They had money exchange and everything there.
Oh.
Anyway,
They had what?
St. Lucia just had a Pride, a first
Parade?
Pride. Not a whole parade, but they had a Pride event.
Wait.
But then no, don't
Right.
even clap about this.
Wait,
You
why?
don't even know what it is, don't
No.
clap.
The thing about it, this has been in the works for years.
Yeah.
It's been in the works
Yeah.
for
It
years.
happened.
Okay, it happened though.
No,
My
That's
reading
a
what that is, right?
let's
So, like,
congratulate
legally,
that.
The law still ain't changed, though, right?
The law
No.
still
That
hasn't
That sounds
changed.
scary, man. I've been scared to go down.
that's
But
what I'm
that's
saying.
how the
No.
laws got
That's a
changed
setup.
first.
Exactly,
Right,
but then
so-
like
That
I
sound
didn't
like a
know it
setup
was a
to me.
thing.
No,
To
it's
be
a fact.
honest, I wasn't paying attention as CPL was happening. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, well, if they did it, go off. I want to
Yeah.
know how many. You know what? Let me check how many people actually
They had
showed up.
drag queens and all kind of thing there. Performing. That's why it's
The Bahamas has a very, 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 very long time to go before
Really?
that happened.
I find
No,
that
trust
wild
me. You know,
because-
listen. Back home,
Mhm.
I think they were
We
trying
all
to
have gay
have.
club.
I think they were trying to have a pride event last year, and they had to shut it down because there were so much threats against it. Like people were saying that they were going to kill people
Yeah.
who were going around there. That's how bad it is. Like the Bahamas, like that shit.
That's
Why y'all so upset? I don't get it.
The Bahamas has a very long way to go. Like niggas over there, you can't. It ain't no reasoning with them, bro. Like they stuck in their ways
Because
and
they
that's
want to
staying
dibble
like
and
so.
dabble too.
But pause. Cause I've gay Bahamian friends, right? And they tell me the Bahamas is all kind of gay people that they just be wild and all. They have gay club and all kind of thing. You could never have a gay club in Antigua.
I don't
Same
even
as
know
St.
what gay
Kitts.
club you
You
talking
have
about.
You have at
Same
least
as
two
St.
gay
Kitts.
clubs.
I don't even know what
One
you're talking
now.
about.
You
There was a
Never.
There was a video as well of a popular drag what do you call them, drag queen
Drag queen.
drag queen. He was from the Bahamas and it was on that RuPaul show I think, and he was talking about his experience and how he had to run to Canada basically to get away from like the violence over there. He was shot at and he was stabbed and he had to run to Canada to get like asylum from over there. Like back you saw that video?
Yeah.
But you saw the response on Twitter, but that.
Yeah, and
They
then
was
people
like, dude, lying. They was
Yes!
like, they was killing him. It's like, bro, you say this just denouncing this dude entire story. I don't know the truth or the validity of this dude's story, but they just going like dudes too don't know. It's like, bro, what you mean? They just come to your houses waiting to shoot you? But it was just be waiting to shoot people. That's like, bro,
that's exactly how it is.
Like that's how.
Exactly how it is.
There's nothing.
We mean nothing.
There's nothing.
Geo, look up Geo.
Looking for this pride parade. Bro.
Yeah.
It's from like 2019.
Which G are we talking about?
No.
Not that Geo.
You live with the gentleman.
He called names.
I wonder what it's gonna take though for back in the Caribbean to basically.
Demolish the Christian council. I'm sorry, Daddy.
I agree.
That's not really
I know, I agree.
That's not really what I
But they
meant.
need to destroy that door.
That's the
I
hot
hate
take.
it. I hate it.
It's a table of old. I
hate it.
Who on this table? I just be like, it's a table of old men who's just decide we don't like that, and then the government be like, well, they don't like that.
Yes,
Who are you all, man? Who are you people?
The Christian
council. You're stupid. They leave, but
I think they took out HBO or something like that offer we take.
Yeah, that took off. I don't even remember the reason why.
Yeah, it was the Christian council who
it's
decided,
stupidness,
oh, we
man.
can't got certain TV shows or whatever.
Let
Just
me
like,
tell you what I'm looking wild in Antigua, right? I think this was a few years ago. Stephanie, you have to correct me, right? But if I remember correctly, Antigua had put up all kind of decorations on the flagpole and so on for Carnival, right? And they had like all kind of posters and so on, right? Now somebody in Toronto who used to live in Antigua, some lesbian girl who's a reporter, she go and post on Twitter, I think, she tweet, oh, I see Antigua have a pride flag, you know, pride Antigua, whatever. It's not a pride flag, it's just a rainbow, splatter painted flag. You know, Antigua government really go and send out the people and take down all the flag on them because one picking nigga tweet about pride Antigua the next day.
ignorance.
The
Up in
next day.
Toronto.
Ignorance.
Right? And I think it was like 2 years ago, somebody had made a list in Antigua of like 54 DL people and post the list on Facebook
Hey,
and
that's crazy.
WhatsApp and everything, right? And share out. I bet I was on the list. I said, shit, motherfucker. But I'm not relevant no more.
But what your rank was though?
Right? Shit. It was I-56?
Bottom of the list.
We talked to me in two.
I coming for my throne. But like, and so like shit that just happen all the time. I was when I did Juve, I remember a few years ago, right, I went back for Juve.
Oh, Juve. I thought you said Juvie. I'm like, you went to jail?
Juve.
In jail? But, no, I went to Juve, right? And me and my friend from Antigua, we wild out and we don't care. We don't give a fuck. Right? So we wilding out while we dancing. And some man come up with a cutlass and one come up, oh, me gonna chop the batty man, kind of shit in this, right? And come chasing some of his friends, had to hold him off on the side and we just continue dancing. But, you know, make somebody chop me. I tell you Denise. So,
Monet Exchange was in
I tell you
this?
Denise. But anyway, right? And shit like that just happen all the time. Like, I mean, y'all probably don't notice it because you ain't gay, so you ain't gonna get it, right? But I mean, it has happened like plenty, boy. And maybe especially for me, because I already am noticed, and there's only so many light-skinned anti-men and anti.
See, that's the next topic.
That's the next topic, right? So, and I don't live by the central area. Right? I live right in country, so me right in the middle of everything. You can go ahead, ask a question. Anyway, so. You know, it just happens all the time. And like for example, I go in Epicurean. Y'all know Epicurean.
A classic.
But a classic. So I go Epicurean, right? The grocery store now.
What is that?
The grocery is like Walmart, Sobeys, basically. Right? So I go there. I just mind my business, you know, I buying groceries. Somebody could walk past. But look at Batty man. You know, like just like out of nowhere, right? That kind of shit. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like I on the street, somebody say, yeah, Auntie Mama say, yeah, why you look for?
Yeah.
You know?
You're like,
Yeah,
oh
they
really?
ask.
I didn't know I was gay.
Yeah, I don't know what you're asking
Crazy.
for. Yeah, why? Were you interested?
But anyway, the question I want to ask you was, do you feel safe when you're back home? Like, I know, especially back, back in St. Kitts, a lot of them, they have to have like a lot of people around them. You don't usually see them like by themselves. Like they usually have a big, even if it's a girl group or whatever, they have a girl group around them. They're not just like walking by themselves. They don't be really out in the night by themselves. Like, how do you feel about that?
Me personally, I feel safe, but I mean, that's because I grew into it, right? So I don't really have no other experience going out and not being so. So it's like I feel safe. Most other people I know don't feel safe without a group though. So I mean, it's just me.
Yeah. Okay.
You ever cleared the fight?
Yeah.
You beat someone else?
How you mean?
You going to open up?
When I tell you, right? You come for me, I gonna clean you.
Tell them.
They always love to feel Batman can't fight.
Tell
now.
them.
I fight in front.
Like you still a
I
man.
Fighting
all
you.
my life I had to fight.
Beating your ass. Tell
I
them.
saw one thread on Twitter that's like, bro, y'all really think gay people can't fight? They had a thread of videos just gay dudes like
Just
sleeping next to
beating.
each
No.
They are still men. Like this is still a man.
Exactly. Yo, this man come for me one time, right? And he said, that's the most anti-man shit I ever see. I pirouette and slap him in his face. Right? There's a pirouette. One whole pirouette, me say,
Yes.
something gay, and me pirouette and
Yes.
slap them a hard and he jab dog.
Yes.
Like, come now. And that's
Take it to them. Well,
Okay, so if we're doing like a wrap up, so I think we can all agree that homosexuality is not your business. So
None.
mind your business.
mind your business.
Let people do what they do. Let people love who they love.
Tell them.
Back
What
in the
else?
Caribbean, we need to grow up as a people. We need to step out of our old ways of thinking, you know,
Accept change,
because
my
this
dogs.
literally has
Also the white
nothing
people
to
we are
do
now.
Tell them.
with you. So, yeah.
What they doing?
Not your front or your back. So.
Exactly. They ain't coming after you. They ain't interested
Yeah,
in
like,
you.
and the thing is, they ain't coming after you. Like, you all, oh, you can't be around me. Like, these niggas ain't hitting on you. I don't know if you could hear even hear, but these niggas ain't even hitting on you. So why don't you
Tell
stay
'em.
in your corner?
Man, take your
Like a-
insecurity and shove it up your ass. Sorry.
So yeah, that's
Could not
that.
say it any better.